Magic, so good to have you with us. I want to pick up with what's happening right now, though, the situations we're dealing with due to the coronavirus. If things do pick up this summer, from a player's perspective, what kind of challenge will it pose for the players to compete for a title this summer?
Well, I think it really only a small challenge, and that's really getting back in shape and getting your timing. And I think that, it'll take probably 2 weeks or so. But I believe the players are running today. They got to be working out, whether that's at home or running on a track or running in the streets, running on the beach. However, they're all are training right now because they know there's a possibility that they will be back to work soon. And so, guys like LeBron and the Greek Freak, all those guys, Kawhi, they know they have to stay in shape. But I think that once, hopefully, this virus is over and we have contained it, then when the season does get back rolling, it'll take them probably about 2 weeks to really get their timing, because I believe all of them will be in shape going into the season to get back resumed and playing again. And I think that's all they got to get is their timing back.
Magic, are you a proponent of the necessity for a few regular season games to take place before the playoffs begin? Or are you a proponent of, hey, if we got to come back and immediately the playoffs begin, so be it, just make sure there's a postseason? What is your mindset in regards to that? And what's an ideal starting point in your eyes? Do you have a problem with the league going into the summer, like into August if necessary?
Yeah, I think that we do need definitely some games, no question about it. Now, you can do it one or two ways, right? You can say, okay, if it takes us too long to get back, then just have the teams maybe have some scrimmages between each other, right? Get some so that they can get some sense of playing again, and so do some exhibitions, some scrimmages, something like that, so they can get back to understanding how to play with each other, get back into game shape, and also their timing and their rhythm, and then go ahead into the playoff or play some regular season games. And that way they'll get all those things. So I do want a couple of games before they actually start the playoff, because it would be good not only for the guys, but it'd be good for us as the basketball fans, because we want to see them at their best. And I think that it's going to take at least a week or two to get to see them at their best.
Magic, we were talking a lot about you and Larry Bird in the previous segment, and I was saying how you guys were basketball geniuses, and then at your size, it had never been seen before. And even since you had, like, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant were amazing physical talents with unparalleled work ethics and killer wills to win, but you got the feeling like that was what you're watching, not that you were watching like someone who saw the court in four-dimensional genius take over. And I really hadn't seen that in that package with a size until LeBron James. And that felt like you and Larry, a guy at this size who sees the game the way he does. And you were instrumental in bringing him to L.A. And now here he is on the Lakers, a Lakers team that's been one of the two best teams all season, but now had this long break. Given that LeBron, if you agree, is that kind of Larry Bird, Magic Johnson basketball genius, one of the reasons he's had such longevity, how does the break affect the Lakers and LeBron? Does it affect them differently than it affects other teams?
Oh, it's definitely going to affect them more because they were playing so well. They were on top of their game, both on the offensive side and the defensive side. And then a guy like LeBron, who was playing, I mean, this was one of his best seasons ever, and dominating the league, it affects him too, because, when you're rolling, when you're playing well, as an individual and as a team, you want to keep playing. You don't want to break. And so it's going to affect him. It's just like Milwaukee and the Greek Freak. It's going to affect them too. So you want, as soon as possible, for the league to get back. I will say LeBron is just like Larry and myself, and he is so unbelievable when he's coming down that court. His head is up. He's always willing to make the pass to make his teammates better, but also too, he can go down the middle and dunk on you. And you know, he's added something to his game. He reinvented himself this season because he was posting more. He was taking those guards down or forwards down low and punishes them in the post. And I really enjoyed seeing him just reinvent himself. That's why he's having this outstanding season, an MVP type season.
Magic, a two-part question. Number one, who, if the season were to end right now, who would have been your MVP when the season stopped? Would it have been LeBron James or the Greek Freak? A, and B, based on the way the Lakers were looking, did you believe that they had finally got themselves to a point where they were the legitimate favorites to win the West, if not at all, rather than the Los Angeles Clippers?
When I first started the season, Greek Freak and Milwaukee had this, you know, they started off with the best record. So I said, he's probably going to win it. But when we got to January and LeBron kept dominating. And then on that Friday, when he beat Milwaukee and he defended the Greek Freak and did an amazing job, LeBron did, and dominated in scoring and rebounds and assists. Then he turned around on that Sunday. They beat the Clippers. So against the two best teams in basketball he had to go up against, besides the Lakers themselves, he dominated on both ends of the court. I said, that's your MVP. So LeBron James, to me, right now, if the season ended today, is the MVP of the league. And I'll tell you why. Because he took 8 new faces. See, people not giving him credit for this. The Lakers got 8 new guys on the team, got a new coach as well, right? So now he had to make an adjustment to all these new faces, and he still got the Lakers with the second best record. He still is dominated at a high level. So, first of all, not only is he the MVP, he's the best player in the world. And then you guys been having this argument about sports. I like Patrick Mahomes, but he's no LeBron James. And LeBron James is the #1 sports player in the world. So that argument is over, all those three. Okay, now let's go to the Lakers. This is real easy. The Lakers showed me something on that last matchup with the Clippers. The Clippers' small team was beating the Lakers' big team. And Frank Vogel made a great adjustment in that game 3. He said, okay, I'm not going to go big anymore. I'm going to go small. And when they picked up Morris, they were able to be more versatile. And sure enough, he played that small team. The Lakers' small team was better than the Clippers' small team. And I think now that was the key adjustment that Frank Vogel made. And LeBron James played heads up. And here Max is, I know he's ready to jump on Kawhi and everything. LeBron James did a good defensive job on Kawhi. Kawhi still got his points, but he made him work for his points. And I love seeing LeBron play on both ends of the court right now. And the Lakers right now are the best team in the West, and they will go to the championship if they resume playing again. I think LeBron will be playing against Milwaukee in the NBA Finals.
Magic Johnson dropping gems on us.
Do I think what?
Do you think they win against Milwaukee?
Oh, that's going to be a series, man. You know, Max, I think that Milwaukee is on a mission, and they look like that team that's saying, hey, this is going to be our year. And so I'm scared to death of Milwaukee. But I think that it'll be a 7-game series. And when it's a 7-game series and you got that man named LeBron James on your team who's been through, 8 or 9 NBA Finals, and he'll bring it home for the Lakers. So if I was a betting man, I'm betting on the Lakers to beat them in 7 games.
All right, we're with it. Magic, great to hear your voice. Stay safe, and we will talk to you soon.
And Molly, thank you for what you
Appreciate
said
you,
about getting groceries for your parents. We all should be doing that. Social distancing. Stay home, everybody. God bless everybody. And First Take, thank you for being.
Anthony Davis. If you could go back, would you change how you handled that at all in trying to acquire him?
No.
What else can he offer the whole team?
There's a theme here, Molly.
Yeah.
I'm not a regretful guy.
Yeah.
You're right. I offer a lot of guys, but you have to do that for Anthony Davis. He's a special player. And the guys that we were going to trade to the Pelicans is special as well. I think, and I told Dale Demps, let's just do it in private. What we offer, let's keep it between us. Well, Dale didn't do that. So that's how it got out,
Yep.
right?
Dale
and
Demps.
so
Dale
Dale
Demps,
Demps,
right.
the general manager of the Pelicans
Former
at that
general
time.
manager, yes.
Exactly. Langdon, great job.
Trajan Langdon.
And then also the former from Griffin.
Yes, David Griffin.
Great two hires. I would say that I told Brandon, Kyle, all the young guys, Ball, if you're in the business long enough, your name is going to get mentioned in trades. Don't take it personally. So what happened was, about that first week, they did take it personal. Yeah. And our writers back home wrote a lot of stories, but I give all of them credit. Brandon Ingram put together a 10-game stretch. He was unstoppable. The things that I thought he could do, he did them in those 10 games. I'm telling you, Molly, this guy is special. He guarded Kyrie Irving one night. He's on Kevin Durant another night. So you can play him on different guys. He is special. Now he's healthy. I'm glad that surgery went well. And then Kyle Kuzma scored 29 points the next after that debacle in Indianapolis where we just got blown out.
Yeah.
Kyle Kuzma went to Boston, 29. He then came to Philly, had 30 at halftime, finished with, I think, 40, I couldn't remember the ending, 46, 40.
Something like that.
But he got himself together and started hooping and start playing basketball, and they all did.
Right.
So I wouldn't change anything because that's my job, is
Yeah,
to
it's
make
a
the
business.
Lakers better.
I understand, Lonzo Ball. You and I don't need to argue about that on TV. We've argued about it enough off the air.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You know how I feel about
Yeah,
that.
I know.
Jason Tatum, De'Aaron Fox.
And you
don't
know
even get me
how I
started.
feel. You know how I feel, too.
I got you.
I love Lonzo Ball.
I know that, and I like his potential. Max does too, more than me, but I like his potential.
Okay.
But neither here nor there. And some of the moves, I got it. Kuzma bringing in, I get all that. You traded Zubac to the Clippers.
Word. What was that about?
Brooks Lopez and Julius Randle walked.
No, only one we could have re-signed is Brook Lopez, and I made a mistake there.
Okay.
Julius, we couldn't offer what he got. He wanted 2 years. We only offering one. That was a good deal for Julius, and he played well.
All right.
But him and LeBron, it wasn't going to fit no way, right?
Okay.
Because we needed some space. Now, Zubac, let's go to that.
Let's go to that.
Give me some numbers for him at the Clippers. What did he do?
Well, I haven't been.
Don't start mumbling now. Don't start mumbling. Give me the numbers.
I haven't looked up. I haven't looked up his numbers. I can look it up right now, but it takes some time.
Please do that.
All right.
Didn't
So what's your
even play.
point?
Didn't even play during the Golden State series.
So what's your point?
My point is
He's a
this.
baby.
He's 21 years old.
Hold up now.
Okay.
Just listen to me.
Okay. Yes, sir.
LeBron James, Lonzo Ball made Zubac better. Why? Pick and roll, rolling for the dunks. Boom. He was going to be a restricted free agent. We knew we were going to use that cap space for a superstar. Now, I had to try to space the floor. So the trade I made, I wanted to make sure to see if we could space the floor, and it didn't work out. Now, Zubac got a long way to go to be special, but we had to try things. So that wasn't a trade like we traded them a guy to win a championship for the Clippers. That's not where it is. But I will say, Brook Lopez, I didn't get it done.
2.3.
No, I didn't get it done.
Why, Magic? What was the thinking there?
No.
By the way, Zubac 5 points, 5.5 rebounds per game in playoffs.
Wait,
5 points, 5.5 rebounds.
I didn't hear it. Say it a little louder.
I said 5 points, 5.5 rebounds in the postseason for the Clippers.
Thank you.
Well, listen, Lonzo's a good point because really the Lakers' futility this year lined up with Lonzo's injury as much as
Averaging
anything
less
else.
than 10 minutes.
Now, I know we needed more shooting. I didn't get that done.
Right.
And so that was my fault. Let me just say this. You learn year to year. And this year in the offseason, we would have corrected that, right? Lopez, yes, it did hurt us not having a big man that could space the floor, give LeBron more room to operate. So you learn. I learned from a bad decision. So you
Yeah,
move
but
on.
you're Magic Johnson, and you've got a brilliant basketball savant as well in LeBron James. How much, if any, input at all did he attempt to give, or did he just stay out of everything?
No, he gave us some suggestions, and then he said, "Hey, it's your decision." Listen, I'm not an excuse maker, but we were playing some excellent basketball when we beat Golden State on Christmas Day. We were fourth, 2 games out of having the best record in the West. And then I'm not going to use this as an excuse, but major injuries just derailed.
One thing real quick about Zubac. He did play a little bit more a game with the Clippers. His rebounding went up a little. His scoring stayed the same on average.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Compared to the Lakers.
Enough time on
That's what I'm
Zubac.
saying.
Former team, the Miami Heat, in 6 games. The Hall of Famer, Earvin Magic Johnson, back here with us. And Magic, I want to get back to something you said earlier. You said the Lakers will repeat, not might, will repeat. And then you mentioned something about LeBron, MJ, neck and neck. Can you please expound upon that? Because I'm sure Stephen A. wants to respond.
No, I said he gets that next one. It's going to be hard not to say he's right there with MJ. I said the next one, which will be 5, because it's hard to say 6 and 4. It's hard to say he's overtaken Michael at 4 championships. So I think that once he wins and also repeats, the key word here is repeat. That puts him in a good. That's a good argument right there. I love where LeBron is going. He's with the right organization, and I think that Rob Pelinka. We talked about it last night. You add a piece to what they already have, and they're going to be right there.
Well, listen, I'm not going to argue with you about this now. We'll have plenty of time to get into that in the future. And I don't want to sit up there and come across as remotely disrespectful to the king at this particular moment in time. He's the champion. He deserves it. I'm real proud of him. LeBron's got a lot to be proud of. No mistake about it. I got him number 2 or 3 on Mount Rushmore, really number 2. I don't think that's disrespectful or hating on him at all. Having said
That's
that,
right.
you and I were talking last week, Magic, and you talked about how no champion who repeats fails to tweak something along the way. Well, let me throw this by you. Anthony Davis has a player option. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope has a player option. And after Danny Green missed that shot, even though it was stupid for people to get at him the way that they did, he is getting paid $15 million. Caldwell-Pope is only at $8 million. He gonna want his money. Okay, so I'm looking at that. I'm looking at the Avery Bradleys of the world with a player option. If you gonna tweak something, what are you gonna tweak? And are you sure, Magic Johnson, that Anthony Davis is gonna stay?
I am positive
wouldn't he?
Anthony Davis is coming back. Listen, this has been the greatest situation for Anthony Davis and the Lakers. Anthony Davis now is known across the world, right, because of the platform of the Lakers. And then him and LeBron again next season, man, they can repeat. You don't want to leave here and not have a guy like LeBron James playing alongside of you, because the same thing happened. What happened in New Orleans, what happened to Anthony Davis again. They make each other better. And then last but not least, this is the great thing. When LeBron retires, he just says, here, Anthony Davis, it's your team now. You go on and lead the Lakers to the next 5 or 6 championships. So I think
time
it's
for Luka
ideal.
to get there.
I'm not worried about Luka right now. We can't worry about Luka right now. We're talking about right now.
Who are you going to pair with AD? You're going to be the next superstar is going to pair with him.
Hey, that's right. Luka, come on
That's what I'm
to the Lakers. I like that. I like that. But Anthony Davis also loves living in Los Angeles too.
Magic, I want to talk about what this year means versus next year. So there will be those who say, and it's legitimate, the Warriors weren't around. Steph was hurt and all this stuff. Now, I think the Warriors, before they got KD, were looking at a LeBron-led team that had a crew and thought, oh, no, we can't beat them. Remember, they didn't have Kyrie or Kevin Love when they barely beat him in 6 games, when Dellavedova was the second-best player. Then LeBron came back and beat him the next year. Then they got KD. That's not even fair. But it leads me to the following thought. Warriors are going to reload. They're not coming into next season just with Steph and Clay and Dre. There's no Iguodala there anymore. There's no KD. They're going to reload. They're going to try to take it to the next level on the Lakers. What about dealing with a reloaded Warriors team next year?
Of course, I'm fans of Steph and Clay, right? I hope that they come back and they're healthy. And then I love Draymond Green, the former Spartans. I'm always cheer for Draymond Green. But at the end of the day, the Lakers will still be the team to beat. I think if Golden State is healthy, and I'm sure they're going to make a good move. I don't know if they'll keep that second pick or not. They will be the second team. I think Denver, the way they're finished, and Murray and Jokic, I think they'll be the third team, and then the Clippers will probably be the fourth team. So I think those will be the four powerhouses in the West. And I still think with the experience that the Lakers got, especially all the other guys, forget LeBron, but Anthony Davis got championship experience. KCP got championship experience. I can keep going. All those guys now will come back and be better next season.
Rondo looks like he could do this forever.
Hold on, Max. Magic, I just want you to, before you leave, I want you to address two topics. Number one,
Okay.
Max Kellerman calling Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world for the last year until he had to throw in a oops. You can address that, but number two, and more importantly, I was of the mindset that if the Clippers were to win this year, it would have been that much tougher for the Lakers because now you gotta overcome that because another team learned how to win. I want to know, because the Clippers have not won and now you've got them fourth, how much damage have they done to their franchise with Kawhi and Paul George in light of the fact that they weren't able to get it done this year?
Well, I think the Clippers, listen, what's missing with the Clippers, they just don't have a leader. And see, a superstar can be a superstar too. So Kawhi is a superstar, and he plays both ends of the court. Paul George, I think, is a star emerging. He could be a superstar. But you need somebody to lead the team. See, LeBron James is both. He's the best player in the world, but he's also the greatest leader in the world. So I think that's what's missing with the Clippers. And the fact that, they had talked all season how they wanted the Lakers, and they had their opportunity, but they came up short. And I want to give Rondo a lot of credit here. People thought I was crazy when I said you need multiple ball handlers to win, not just putting all the pressure on LeBron James to create shots for his teammates. We needed a second guy to do that, so when LeBron sat on the bench, Rondo could come in and do the same thing. Man, he was definitely playoff Rondo. I know he hates that term, but this young man took his game to a whole nother level. Last night, he proved again why he's so special, why he's great as not only a basketball player, but also a leader. Because if you look at our team, this guy was the second leader. I'm talking about in practice, in the locker room, film session. It was him and LeBron who took over the team. So, Rondo, thank you for signing with the Lakers, believing in the strategy to rebuild the Lakers, because he was a key piece of us winning it as well. So Anthony Davis and LeBron James and Rondo as well.
That's a great point. His second ring, 14th season. Springfield, Massachusetts might be calling his name now.
Two IQs on the court with LeBron
That's right.
and Rondo.
And Molly, before I go,
Yeah.
I knew I wanted Ty Lue to be in that position as a Laker coach, but I want to give Frank Vogel a lot of credit. Every single series, he made defensive adjustments.
Yep.
That's a great coach. Frank Vogel did an outstanding job.
No question, especially how he switched it up last night, and we saw how they came out unbelievable from the jump.
Yep.
Magic, always a pleasure to see you. Hope we get to see you in person soon. Stay safe. All the best to you and yours.
When I'm coming to New York, I'm going to be on the show live because I got to face Stephen A. and Max, and I get to hug you.
In our new studio, right? Brooklyn Bridge right behind us, up here on the roof, trying not to get rained on. All right, Matt.
Right, we had